something. Well, Dave, just first, today will be your guys' first spring training game. What are you kind of looking forward to seeing from the guys out there today?
I think obviously guys are excited to start playing again. So I think, on the pitching side, I think it's just command the baseball. So I think that's something that guys are going to get a little extra adrenaline throwing to a different uniform. So command that baseball. Defensively, just continue to stay engaged and catch the baseball, make the plays you're supposed to make. And then with the at-bats, just kind of take good at-bats. So it's baseball. I know we're looking forward to it. We're going to get certain guys in there and kind of stagger some of our guys the first few days. But it's a team that we're going to be playing a lot here recently, and we'll get a good sample of some players over there.
I know it's still very early. Where's the build-up at for the pitchers right now?
I think they're all going to go one inning. I'm not sure if Gavin's going to do an up-down. He might do an up and down today. Just kind of depends. So we'll be mindful of the pitch counts, and there'll be some other guys on the minor league side they'll bring over if innings get long.
It's a pretty interesting live schedule. Is Ohtani actually based on learning that?
Ultimately, as I'm learning, when it happens, then it happens. So I think it is scheduled, but again, I know that Yoshi's going to throw. I do know that. And then if Shohei decides to go out there, then it'll be a fun show for all of us.
Do you think Shohei will be able to get some Cactus League action this weekend at
all? Shohei will not be playing this weekend, no. My expectation is sometime next week, but it won't be this weekend.
And Yoshi, next step after today would be a game?
I think so. I think after this one, I think the plan is to get him in a game.
What's kind of the plan with engaged today?
Yeah, so Gavin, I think for us, he's been doing great. He feels good. And just to continue, he's taking grounders and doing all this stuff. So he'll be out at shortstop here in the next few days. I'll get him out there. But I just wanted him to take his at-bats. But he'll get out there, next week at some point he'll be out short.
Was there any thought about not having him in the lineup considering just where he got injured last year?
No thought. Now that you brought it up, it's probably a good managerial decision. But no, I didn't think about that.
What have you seen out of Stone this spring, and what are you kind of looking forward to?
Gavin, I think Gavin Stone really, really liked the player, the guy. And just more of just commanding the baseball. I think that last year there was a lot of arm side misses, and he's a guy that can spin it a little bit, has a plus change up and a good fastball. So sequencing is important. He's an easy bet, on the player, the person. And I think for me there's just a difference between minor league command and major league command.
How different does he look?
Is Gavin at shortstop basically just full go, or there's still some limitations?
Full go. Limitations as far as like any player, I think, as far as he's going to go out there when his first game, he's going to play 5 innings at shortstop. So that's just what Chris Taylor's going to do today. So just managing his build-up, but I wouldn't look at it as like a limitation type thing.
With Stone, is anything look different this spring than where he was last year? I know obviously a lot of adjustments he didn't apply last year.
I think for Gavin, like Michael Grove last year, like Bobby Miller this year, I think it's just slowing down. I think that, as any young player, you want to make an impression. And I think with that, there's an overthrow in there, not repeating the delivery. And but I think this year with Gavin, it's slowing down, and it's just more precise, which is good. And I think he's also a little bit more physical this year.
Was there any part of you that was worried or curious to see how he was going to respond to that Tampa outing last year where he got hit pretty hard and then went back down?
No, there wasn't. And I think that there was a little, as we kind of sussed it out, there was some tipping involved, and those guys had it. So once we cleaned that up, he responded. And that's part of the big leagues. That's part of that learning curve that, big league hitters and hitting coaches are going to kind of detect some things, and you get exposed here.
How do you kind of look at his year last year, weighing, that first call-up versus when he came back near the end of the year? I mean, did he kind of overall take the kind of steps you guys wanted him to take?
Absolutely. Couldn't have asked for more. I think that you guys know us really well now in the sense that the stat line, the surface is not everything we look at. So there's a lot of things underlying that from Gavin's performance last year, really positive.
As far as his pitch mix, adding a little more east and west with cutter when he went down, how big is that as far as unlocking his potential this year?
You know, he's like I said, it's hard to bet against him, and so you give him something that he can get better at, he's going to dominate that. So I think with Gavin, he is more east-west. I think that with the cutter to lefties, the sinker in on righties, an early at-bat end to get the ball on the ground with the sinker, then with mixing with the changeup, I think certainly plays to both. And then an occasional elevated fastball to change the eye level. So, you know, those are things that, yeah, he is an east-west guy versus north-south.
Is Walker getting any closer to doing a live BP?
I think we're going to have one more. I think we need another pen. So he'll do another pen, I think, in the next few days. And then after that, if that goes well, you know, then we'll get into a live. And he'll probably disagree with that, but I think he needs one more pen.
How many innings for Mookie today?
He'll take 2 or 3 at bats, and so for Mookie, it's just more of just getting him in the batter's box, getting him out there. So 2 or 3 at bats. It'll probably be 3 at bats. We're on the road, so he'll take 3 at bats, and then that'll be good.
Same with Gavin's.
Gavin will take 3 at bats as well. Yep.
What's the plan for this Tyler Glassdown for Cactus League? What do you see?
Tyler, you know what? I don't know that answer right now, but I'll report back on that one. Is it Saturday? So yeah. So Fabian said that one, not me. So don't hold me to that one. Don't quote me on that one. But if he's right, then give him credit.
David, one question. So there's been some talk about the players being unhappy with the new Nike uniforms. What are your thoughts on the uniforms? Do you like them? Any thoughts on that?
Not really. You know, obviously I'm not wearing it right now, the home or the road. But yeah, I've heard some rumblings. But for me, that's out of my lane. I can't control it. So I'm just happy to be wearing a uniform.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, guys.